voice mod.
Gotta admit, the kids keep me on my toes.
Indeed. Well, so I had this idea, so if it works, great. So let's hope everyone turns up. That's the only problem. In fact, well, it's 2 minutes past. It's 4 minutes past. I hadn't noticed.
If
How
Robert would
horrible.
show up, we've got all 4 of us online right now. We could finish this next damn dungeon.
Yes. This was my only concern when it started being alternating. People lose track of when it is and when it isn't. So, oh well, maybe the thing to do is just to quit and roll up and never
Notice
run
nobody
again.
forgets when Pathfinder's playing, though.
Yeah, but that's regular. It's every Tuesday.
That's true. Not to
That's the
mention,
thing. I mean,
I think we all got
when,
pretty invested in that game for a number of different reasons.
like I say, I mean, when this was every Sunday, it wasn't a problem. But now I haven't got enough time to run it every Sunday. I think we're going to have fun and games with it.
Yeah, well, Joseph's going to become a whole lot more annoying after messing around, messing around, and messing around, and having to walk in there and save them all. Yep. Not like not like she wasn't annoying before, but she's going to step up her annoying game.
All right, so I was just reading there. Looks like this game might not be going too well with no one here. That's why I actually populated the calendar, so everyone could keep track.
Who's not here? Everyone's here, apart from the people that are not.
Exactly.
Well,
Wig's here, by the looks of it.
Beulah isn't going to make it at all because he already
No,
knows.
he did. So I could take Beulah off the tracker. Hey ho. Maybe it's time to retire Sprawlrunners and start a different campaign.
You just want to play Savage Worlds all the time now, isn't it? That's you want to play
Yeah.
You want to play Pathfinder. That's it.
No, he plays
do.
all kinds of
He spent
strategy.
all that time converting it. He wants everyone to play that now.
Certainly am.
And also the
I'm already-
the other side of that is if you're streaming that all the time, you might get more sales. Yeah.
It's not
True.
just that. It's just it's so much. I'll be honest. It is so much easier to run fantasy games because there's so many maps and adventures and stuff out there to cannibalize.
So do you know what you're running on the next Saturday game? I know it's a bit of time off yet, but
Well, actually, I do have. Funny enough, I'm very tempted to run a Pathfinder game. Funnily enough, but we'll see if there's any other requests. But yeah, no, I have a very. If I can come up with a good adventure, I want to do something. Be very different. It would be Savage Pathfinder, but
well, if
it
you're
would.
running an open Savage Pathfinder, you might get a lot of people that want to try it out, and
Yeah.
So I'll wait to sign up for it until I see how full you're going to get and give someone because I play Pathfinder with you every week. So
Yeah, I wouldn't
yeah,
mind having a
this
go at Pathfinder. It looks quite interesting.
this one will be quite interesting because the idea I've got is it wouldn't use the iconic characters. It won't be using any races from the Savage Pathfinder rulebook. I'll have to be having to make custom races for every player character. This is the crazy idea I've got, but I'll see. Might not happen. I mean, maybe I'll do a Savage Pathfinder one, but as I say, it's down for the votes. But in the meantime, sure. Well, we'll have to play anyway, but I don't know. I'm not sure how we can. It does slightly bugger up all my plans for today's adventure without Mr. Donahue, as well as Aki can hack. But
I can hack.
maybe.
well, Donahue is supposed to be here. They just haven't showed up yet. I want to give them a couple more minutes.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not going to quit out. I don't know what we'll have to. I've changed my plans for basically. I was sort of going to start the. I sort of was going to sort of have a new big band introduce himself today, but I might not. In the meantime,
Well, Quig and I should be able, now that Quig's here, handling these bodyguards should be no big deal.
Yeah, McGranty's on Discord. He's just
That's okay then. He'll be on his way in a sec.
I finished uploading my 12 maps, a dozen Lankmar locations for Dungeon Crawl Classics module. With the 12 maps. I've been converting Lankmar stuff for Savage Worlds. Not for Savage Worlds, but Dungeon Crawl Classics. Because there's a load of stuff written by Goodman Games.
Oh, look.
And yeah.
Robert's just connected.
And then I did the 12 maps, which took, because the only maps they put in the modules are like hand drawn isometric things.
Yeah.
I did them all in dungeon draft ages, especially the Thieves' House.
I can imagine.
Enormous.
I can imagine. Mm.
And also at one point I had to scrap the whole map and start again because for some reason I thought it was a big sprawling one floor, and I'd drawn it as one floor, and it turns out the bit I'd connected as the one floor was actually the upper floor. Scrapped it.
Yeah, no, I must admit, line of sight does not slow things down, but we shall see.
Well, if you use the dungeon crawl thing, there's a script. If not dungeon crawl, dungeon draft. If you make a map in dungeon draft, then export it as they've got a file format, DD, whatever it is, some kind of Python file, and then someone's written a script on the forums that does all the line of sight for you, based on the walls and doors. The only thing is it doesn't get windows, but that's a long to fix.
My start menu's cracked out again.
You've installed Windows again, have you?
No, my start menu keeps crapping out today. It's okay. I could alt tab this time. Last time I couldn't even alt tab, which was a bit annoying.
Going out or not, Sam? Samuel? You going out then?
Well, I know it's only a beta, but most certainly do not make the mistake I did of accidentally not noticing that one of the patches you were about to install was Windows 11. It's great when it works.
I haven't seen a Windows patch for like 2 years now.
That's because you're on Linux. Just have all your own fun and games with trying to get FantasyGrounds working on it properly sometimes.
Oh yeah, actually it works fine now, but yeah, there was a few issues, but now there's no problem. I mean, I haven't crashed for a while, have I either? And I think the new version,
the new one seems to be max.
The new 4. Whatever the new version, 4.15 is it? That's based on the new version of
Unity.
Unity, yeah. Is more
apparently
Linux friendly.
Macs are having more fun these days because some of those Macs have got stupidly high resolutions. So once you put the scale UI above 200, Macs are rendering the fonts wrong on the reference manuals.
Yeah, that's happening with your one, isn't it? I saw that on the forums today. Yeah. That's because of that whatever they call it Mac thing they've got.
Yeah, no. I need to check. Actually, I'm hoping today that the text is a bit more readable on the stream. So I just need to check the stream.
I saw you loading a different font this time.
Yeah, I'm going to use it. I just need to. I think I'm just going to check the stream. Actually, no, still not readable. Still not readable when you're streaming. What am I supposed to do? How do I make this text readable? It was readable before, but I'm going to have to play around with the settings again. I seem to be something's happened. I seem to be only broadcasting at 720p. I don't know why. On YouTube, which makes it someone complained about the resolutions. I fiddled with them. I think it's made it worse.
Are you using Restream?
No, I'm talking about the FantasyGrounds text is unreadable.
Yeah, but are you using Restream to stream to Twitch and everything at the same time?
No.
That's what you should use
it stopped working.
Oh.
No, I'm talking about the chat window in FantasyGrounds is unreadable, and all the chat on the character sheets is unreadable.
Yeah, I know, because it's not a high enough resolution. But what if it's on Twitch? It's readable, isn't it, or is it not? I've not looked at.
Hang on.
Let me check Twitch now.
No, it's not readable. It used to be, but it isn't anymore. That was going on there.
Oh yeah, you're streaming at 720. What's going on there?
I have no idea why it's streaming at 720. Right, let's end the stream because there's not.
Well, it's in OBS, isn't it? So you've got to go into OBS and. It should be if it's on one doing it one, it should be but it should be doing the right source, shouldn't it? So.
Yeah, I know. No wonder. I've been wondering what's going on. I just have to wait for this to end. I mean, we haven't started the game yet. Oh, Mr. Donahue and Merlin has arrived, so we can actually start in a second. Right. Let's see what's going on and see why I'm streaming only at 720. Because it... Oh, right. Interesting. The second the stream ends, it changes back to 1080. But why on earth is the stream... Why is the stream going at 7? Why is it as soon as I hit the stream, it streams at 720 when the OBS is set to 1080? Confused.
In video, is that? You looking in video?
Yeah, video. Let's see what happens. Let's try again.
So no Bueller today.
No Bueller today, no. And Queeg for the last time.
For at least 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I just saw an error message. What was the error message? That's okay. Right. Now, if I go to settings and video, 720. What is going on?
They're out to get you.
They are. I don't know why it's only streaming at 720. Anyway, I'll just give up in a minute. Here we go. Your canvas is 1080p, but your downscale, canvas scale. But okay, where do you set canvas and scale?
In video, on the video tab.
That's what I've. Base canvas is 1440. Output scaled resolution is set to 1080, but it downgrades to 720. 720 the second the stream starts. Why is that? Oh well. I'm going to have to play around with that another day. Anyway. So, let's see what we can do. Hello, everyone. Is everyone here now? I still haven't heard Merlin or
Oh yeah, you've
Di
heard
here.
me.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Mike was
Merlin.
off.
Right.
I see Donahue lighting up, but I haven't heard him.
Test. Can you hear me now?
Now we can
Yes. No, we
Sorry,
can.
Mike was off.
That's okay. Right.
We've all done it.
We've all been there. So, obviously, we haven't got Mr. Pow Pow, so I'll just make him disappear.
Did he say he wasn't going to make it, or just he's not here?
It just doesn't turn up sometimes. So, hello, one and all. A bit late, but we'll get going. I'm having no end of problems, and I'm going to have to. I hate Streamlabs OBS today, seeing as it's not letting me stream at full 1080, but only at 720. But we'll worry about that later.
It's because you use Streamlabs OBS instead of the real version of OBS. It's your fault. Yeah. Doesn't matter. You'll figure it out.
No, I don't know what's happened. Some settings, I don't know what's going on, but it's just decided to on me. Ah, well, maybe just give up on Twitch and just do it all on YouTube. It's probably Twitch that's causing the problem. Anyway, where we left it last, I do believe. As you can see, you were sneaking back into the mansion at night, and some weird glowy globe suddenly turned the floor red and started pulsating in a worrying manner. And in the meantime, we, who's been here all along, and Waif were basically having some very large bodyguards approaching them. And Mr. Donoghue and Aki were just standing back a bit. Don't think we need that taken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I hope everyone's got the map. I think we should just. Oh, Aki is not on hold. We'll deal him in. Merlin. Well, that's a nice start. Everyone got an extra penny, and you've all got new adventure cards. Over to you, Mr. Merlin, sir.
Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and try and get a little bit further across the floor here, again, without stepping on those red lines.
Well, a couple of hop, skips, and jumps, and an athletics roll, and you should make it across. There we go. You are across.
And I'll do the whole balancing on your heels and leaning back and kind of play it up a little bit. And that'll be my turn.
Okie doke. Aki, you've determined there is definitely a secret door or a sliding panel or something where you are, but no means of opening it.
Okay.
I think you actually determined that was probably.
I think we figured it out last week, wasn't it? I couldn't.
It was behind the desk, yeah.
Yeah, it's over there
where the desk, yeah.
Where Merlin is, and there was an invisible cat there as well who done some time and space travel.
Indeed.
And I don't want to go across that floor, do I? Or do I?
It's up to you.
I can try and make it across that floor and then go to the desk. I'll try and do that.
Merlin just hopped, skipped, and jumped across, yeah.
But I barely made it.
I'm going to try hop, skipping, and jumping across as well and see if I get lucky. Get athletics.
Well, yeah, but obviously what's your pace is 5, isn't it? So that will only get you to there. But yeah, you can hop, skip, and jump to get to there on athletics.
I'll have to do a run.
Well, you don't have. Well, what I'm trying to say is you don't have to run. It's just don't forget if you run, you're going to be putting a -2 penalty on all your athletics rolls.
Get me to there, won't it? Right. So I'll try and get to there. Let's see if I go.
Okay.
The force of I've got how many pennies? I've got 6 pennies, so I'm going to penny it if it goes wrong. But it's not going to go wrong.
Okay. Well, you get to there. Bodyguard number 2 punches at Waif. Missing. Queeg. Basically speaking, what's happened from your perspective is you came back to the mansion earlier today. You got paid by the owner of the mansion for completing the last job, and then this evening you broke back into the mansion to steal the stuff you returned to her earlier to get paid by someone else.
And the security guards, I take it, are not friendly?
Well, one of them but basically, Waif was standing around, and they took a while to notice her. But once they noticed her, they just started moving towards her. And bodyguard number 2, which is the one standing on the right of Waif, just took a swing at her, but Waif just easily avoided it.
Now, did you share the map that him and I are on with him?
I did. Gets you to there. If you want to run, you can, of course. If you want to run up those stairs, or...
Wait a minute, though. Yeah, see? I forgot. I took another edge.
Oh,
Fleetfoot.
so you get another 2
He's
inches.
a fast-moving troll.
Wow, he's been working out.
He has to be working
He's
out.
got longer legs than the average of us too. So
And I think I'm actually going to run on this one just to get to him.
Okay. Wow, look at that. Nearly maximum movement. So you've moved 6 already, so you've got another 9 inches to go. No problem at all.
Because I do get that bonus from the Joker, right?
Yep. Well, you got the Benny from the Joker, you don't get the bonus from the Joker.
I'll just
You've
do a
got the
normal
Jack.
swing on him then.
Yeah, you've got the Jack, not the Joker.
Okay, and now I got to start off by using that Benny.
Well, it was a free one, so I wouldn't worry about it. Look at that. Oh, I forgot you had the penalty. But you swing, but obviously you've slowed him up, so that's enough to leave him. Because he's going for the 3rd one.
Yep, I slowed him up. I'm blocking.
You slowed him up. That's okay. I can't remember how Donahue got shaken. Oh, because of the security guard that must have been in here that isn't in here anymore.
The security.
Oh, that's body.
The field.
Oh.
I tried to cross the field and didn't succeed.
Oh, you got hit by that. Where's bodyguard number 3? Oh, he's over there. Why have you got him targeted? Okay, not to worry. I was confused there. Yes, you got stunned by the field, didn't you? Thank you for reminding me. Okay.
Aki's over there, so I'll probably just go on hold.
Okay. Waif.
he's slightly above me on the stairs, so I'm going to move up next to him, so I'm on the same level here. I'm going to punch him in the face.
Go for it. That's a good hit. One shy of a raise, but still a good hit.
No, I'm going to Benny the damage one time.
Okay.
Yeah, well, now he's face to face with me.
Very much so. Bodyguard number 3. Well, he's going to attack Queeg. Missing. Okay, some combatants are on hold. That's Mr. Donahue. You going to stay on hold, Mr. Donahue?
Yeah, in case anyone comes through the door.
No problem at all. Bodyguard number 2 is going to take a swipe at Waif and miss. Bodyguard number 3 is going to. They got cards, didn't they? Is really going to miss. She didn't critically fail, or unfortunately, depending on your point of view. Queeg.
Queeg, over here.
All right. Well, yeah, let's just take him down, I hope.
Oh, man. You hit him.
Oh. Take him down, I hope. That's clobbering time. I think his head's gone.
Yeah. That's the end of him. He goes down. He goes down hard. He will recover, but he's out of the fight. He is incapacitated, but he will live. Do you wish to move, sir?
Yeah, let me see if I can help Waif by giving her a gang up bonus.
You certainly should be able to reach there. Yeah, no problem at all. And Mr. Merlin, sir, you have reached the other side of the floor.
Aki, where over here should I be looking for this secret door release?
At the desk.
In the desk? Okay, I'll start looking through the desk for a button or a lever or whatever it is I need to be looking for.
Make a notice check. Yep. Basically, you basically open up the first drawer you open up. You feel around inside, and you find there is a button or a switch.
I will push the button. Donahue, what do you see?
Okay, so what happens is I need to turn that one off, that one on, and turn off the light.
Oh, pitch black now.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yep, that's
It's gone
okay.
full dark. Ah,
I
there
can
we go.
activate my flashlight.
I should be able to turn off use lights now. There you go.
Oh, well, look at that. There's an elevator. Okay, and then I will use some more of my movement to come back this way.
Okay,
And that will be my turn.
that brings us to Wave.
Wow, the door opened. What did you do there? Some kind of magic?
Tokens, baby.
Very good.
Wave hits the bodyguard with a raise.
I'm disappointed it was not an animated door opening, though.
My understanding is animations are in the works.
Yeah, no, I'm just joking.
Best I could do is that. There you go. How's that? Is that
Oh,
animating
brilliant.
enough for you?
Fantastic. You show off. Very good.
Okay, 2 weeks. That's both. The second security guard is bleeding out. Okay.
Yeah. To me, the maps are not the most important part of the game. Shiny, pretty graphics, animated graphics, they're not what makes the game fun. If they are, then someone's doing something wrong. If it's the picture that makes you have fun, not the actual adventure, then yeah, there's definitely something going wrong.
I find that sometimes the pictures inspire rather than give me ideas. Anyways, combat, for all intents and purposes, is at an all.
Have you knocked him out?
Yeah, we knocked them both out. Well, I actually punched so hard it probably got brain bleed and won't survive it. I'm seeing blood coming out his ears. But hey, he swung first.
So you have opened. Well, yeah, you can head back down and join the others.
Yeah.
If I had the portal thing, I could. If I had the nice little portal thing, I could automatically.
Before they get themselves in serious trouble.
We aren't the one that got into a fight.
Hey, he swung at me first.
Well, we didn't really either, you know.
I will push the call button.
It's more a vault door than an elevator door. But
okay. I will step back so somebody who does locks and such can come in here and do something with the door.
Who's got thieving skill? I've got electronics, but not thieving.
I don't think anyone ended up with thievery, did they?
I think Power's got it.
What kind of lock is it?
Well, there does appear to be an electronic lock upon it, so I'll be nice up to now. But
I'll hack it with electronics.
Yeah. No, it is. Yeah, Pow is the one with thievery.
That was terrible. I could try the unskilled, see if that works any better.
As thievery, I believe. Die 6.
Only joking.
Oh, yeah, I've got loads of bennies. I'm going to spend them. Does that work?
Okay, you basically, yep, you basically rewire the locking mechanism, and you hear a satisfying click as the locks retract, The door doesn't open.
Ah. Do I know why?
No, you don't. It's most disconcerting. As you can tell, the door should have opened.
Is there any... Okay, there's not like some kind of biometric thing on it, is there?
Not that you can see. Make a notice check. You search the entire area. You search the entire door and everything else. You cannot see any other form of mechanism to lock it or anything, or any biometric readers or anything like that. But the door appears steadfastly shut.
I will walk through it like it's not there.
You bounce off the closed doors. Obviously, I'm assuming you put your hand out.
Merlin will summon an air elemental to see if it can squeeze through the gaps. Now that it's unlocked, maybe there's gaps.
I'm gonna head over to that desk and like search around.
Okay, yeah, by all means, make a notice check.
Would investigator count?
No, this is you because investigators using computers and records. This is you just looking through a desk, if that makes sense. You as it stands, you don't find anything noticeable, but you may well if you spend a penny. Go for it. Aha! Right. This Merlin, you summon you're summoning an air elemental. Let's make sure it doesn't go wrong with a critical failure. Not that it really matters because Lone Wolf isn't here, because I came up with a brilliant idea for whenever you critically failed a summoning of air elementals, but that's by the way. Okay. Yep. You summon up an air elemental, and you feel this breath of wind pushing by all of you, and basically it doesn't appear to be able to get through the door.
Yeah, it was a hope.
Mr. Dodgy, it takes you a little while to search through the drawers, but on the very bottom one, you find a stack of papers and brochures and everything else, and the last thing you find is the last thing you find is something you've not seen before. It catches your eye with the very impressive looking logo, which seems to basically consist of 4 magic wands forming the letter M, and apparently it's some company calling themselves Mage Tech. The ultimate, and they'd say the ultimate in magical electronic locks.
Hey Merlin, you ever heard of this company?
Mage Fu? No, I haven't. I I don't have Dispel. I will do an astral perception and see what I can see.
Okie doke. Yep, you take a few seconds to activate your astral perception, which I believe is it a spellcasting roll? I think it is. Oh, look at that. Yes, what you see is there seems to be, it's quite fascinating, really, having seen enough of Donahue and Aki and Beulah sort of playing around with circuit boards and everything else. It's interesting. You see an intricate lattice, almost like a circuit board, but it's lines of magic pulsating through the door.
Ah, we needed a wizard. Luckily, we brought one.
Okay, I will attempt to. Would this be occult or spell casting to break the lock?
I'm going to say you need to use occult to work out how to pick the magical lock, as it were.
I think I figured it out.
I think you did. I don't have another pretty graphic. So yes, the door opens smoothly and cleanly and silently, revealing a vault inside containing a large number of pieces of art and other strange sculptures. And in one corner, a unit very similar to that you saw on the train with yeah, where you
Excuse me?
where you got the samples out of. Hi. And
You're gonna,
you can see you can see the samples inside.
Merlin, since he still has his astral perception up, is going to see if any of these little objects to art have any magical properties to them.
Actually, yes, indeed. Hanging on a wall is a flintlock pistol.
Interesting. I will go ahead and claim the flintlock pistol while they fiddle around with the device to get the sample.
Okay. Okay, so the device, as I say, the device basically there's a medical sort of set of medical. There's that medical, like that one was on the train. Do you remember? It was like a tall, glowing cylinder, and inside you found the medical samples, the medical samples, as it were, and yeah, that kept them at the correct temperature and provided life support for the biological samples. This is obviously it looks like the same setups here. So that's it, really. You can see all of the vials sitting inside. Love the way no one's touching them. What's anyone doing?
Well, I think Waif and Quig are guarding the door to make sure that whatever these guys are doing doesn't get interrupted.
Yep.
Because that's what we do. We fight the rear action, make sure these guys.
Unless you want me to try to hit that door with my broom.
Well, the door is open. We're just somebody needs to come in here and fiddle with the device so we can get the sample at this point.
So that's like, yeah, probably outside of Quig's.
What kind
Well,
of roll?
like I said, I do have thievery 6. That's dice 6, so. But I'm not
Someone
sure
just
if that-
needs to go inside and pick them up. Well, open up.
I'll stay here and watch Quig if you want to go help them.
Yeah, I could do that.
Also, can I peek out these doors to see if any reinforcements are showing up out there? Because we're going to have to get out of here once they get this done.
Indeed, but as it stands, it's all quiet because no one's made any noise yet. I hit myself.
I'll peek out that, peek through and keep an eye on that door.
No problem. I'm just trying to work out why I can hear myself when I talk.
Your ears are working.
Why can they? That's why I must have pressed the button without realising. Phew, that's okay. So, anyone going for it?
Yeah, Quig will do it.
Yeah, I don't mind going in all. Big's bigger than me, so I'll let him go first.
Okay. Yeah. So that wrong. How I did it. Okay. Maybe it doesn't work so well on this one. Plus, as the GM, I'm never sure if I can see it. So there we go. Okay. Okay, Queek, you wander in there. You basically walk up to the vials. You pick up the you open the door. There's a slight hiss and the sort of vapors come out as the cold air condenses into the warm air and all that. And you reach inside, pick up the medical vials, close the door, and stride out again. No problem at all.
Okay, here you go, guys. Probably Merlin. You want to take these?
Suddenly, however, however,
take them, Merlin, please.
suddenly, parts of that medical apparatus seem to disengage from the main machinery, as it were, and start walking across the floor towards you. At the same time, that sphere and the lights go dark again, and that sphere in the middle of the room starts pulsating in a red manner. However, the floor does not appear to be red. Those two guardians advance slowly towards you, with rather sharp-looking blades. Merlin gets a joker, and everyone gets a Betty. Aren't you lucky people? Merlin, what do you wish to do?
Well, you know what? Let us just magic missile one of these things. I will step back a little bit, and I will magic missile the Mark III.
Why their numbers change? It's because I love the way one's a Mark III and a Mark IV. It's because of the way when you add it on, it's adding numbers on. It would appear. Don't know why, but anyway.
Lots of fun. I will make it high damage.
Okay.
Just because I'm going to add one level of armor piercing to it.
Okay.
And let us go ahead. Yeah, I think that'll be enough. 4 points. Yeah, I'm going to Benny that. Yeah, didn't do the bonus die.
It's okay. Just drag one on. Oh, there you go. Yeah, yours was better than mine. So that's 13 points of damage or 12 points of damage.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and just shake it.
You shake it. That brings us to Aki.
I'm gonna. Well, yeah. Is he melee range?
Yeah, he is actually.
Oh, he's 10 feet away. Is that too close for me to shoot him? No, I'm gonna melee him. Yeah. Shot club. Ooh, shiny. That's a bigger roll,
you
isn't
hit
it?
him. Yep, it's just a bigger roll, -2 with a shot club, isn't it? That's interesting. I have no idea what that is, but that's really surreal. Get an interesting effect when I click on one of them. I get a huge green halo around them. Don't know why, but anyway. I'll play with that later. Okay, he's stunned. He just collapses to the floor, prone and shaking. This one, that is really weird. Basically makes 2 blade attacks at Queeg, missing both times as Queeg parries desperately with his broom. Over to you, Mr. Queeg, sir.
Bad that he didn't do nothing. Oh well.
Oh, you hit him quite spectacularly, it has to be said. But the damage, unfortunately, was less spectacular.
I'll try a Benny on that then.
Oh, 1 on a D12, that's quite depressing. Oh no, you get the 1 on the D10 instead. Okay, you wound it. It basically is a little. It's yeah, you knock it about a bit. It's looking a little worse for wear, but it's still standing. This guardian removes the shaken status, so basically it gets itself back up, but it remains prone and vulnerable, and slices twice at Aki, hitting once. Those blades come down, and they're very sharp, Aki, and I'm afraid they cause a wound upon you.
I'm not having it. Oh, that was a terrible soak.
Okay, a 5 is good enough to soak it, so you soak the damage. That brings us to Wave.
Yeah, Wave's gonna move up here.
Oh, I should look tokens there. Yeah.
Who was it who just hit me?
She had a pace of 8, so she can get here. She's not gonna try to get past these guys. She's gonna use a shuriken.
Oh yeah, no problem at all getting to there. My word. Both dice exploded.
Who was it who just hit me?
Mark 3.
The one that's shaken.
No, he's not shaking anymore. He was stunned, but he isn't shaking.
Oh, right, okay.
Because I spent a penny.
Ah, I didn't see, but he said shaken on the thing. I was thinking maybe there was someone.
It completely did.
Someone in the vault was attacking me. I thought maybe.
No, it completely did. I forgot to spend a penny. Yep.
Did my shuriken just reshake him?
Your shuriken did reshake him. So yes, basically you're quite correct, Aki. I completely failed to notice the guy didn't unshake when he was unstunned. Therefore, I retrospectively spent penny so I could hit you.
So mean.
Mr. Donahue, sir. You found a set of doors that look like another set of doors that absolutely aren't, because, well, actually, they could go off somewhere else, I suppose. But actually, they're windows. Looking by the reflections, they're just basically external doors to the garden. They're glass by the look of things because the reflection through them. So anyway.
I'll just take a shot at one with my silenced pistol.
Good, everyone's keeping it nice and quiet. I'm liking this. That's a hit with a raise. That's impressive stuff.
Bitch at him.
I'm happy for that too.
I'll Benny that.
Tough little so-and-sos. Yeah, I mean, your bullets are hitting them, but they're failing to find any. You're failing to hit a critical spot, as it were.
Okay.
Next round, the bad guys get a Joker, but so do you. Okay, so because of the Joker bonus, that's Mark 3 unshakes again, and although vulnerable, it takes 2 more blade swipes at Aki, hitting once with a raise at least. Until the next Joker is dealt. All allies gain +2 parry and toughness. Okay, so that means your defense, Aki, is now 6 and 6. Still means you got hit twice, but you do have toughness +2, and you are okay. Also means for now Merlin. That also means Waif. That also means Quig.
Can you add that as an effect in the combat tracker, can you?
What?
+2 parry and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, you just type parry +2 with square brackets.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
With no timeout, and then you just have to keep an eye on who's in your area of effects later on. Oh, wait. Yep, so I'm now going to attack you twice.
Oh, you.
I hate to tell you, that was the one without the raise, by the way.
Ouch.
6 wounds. I think Aki's being skewered here.
Yeah, these things are quite tough, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay, so Benny, Benny can't soak 6 wounds, can it?
Well, it's 3 wounds and 3 wounds. Don't forget. And yes, a Benny can soak as many wounds
look
as
at
it likes,
that!
really.
Double 6s. How many was that? Did I soak?
So the 11 means you take 1 wound from the first 3 wounds. And then I'm assuming you're not going to try it. Do you know what I mean? And then on the second one, you will take 2 wounds with a 6. So you'll be on 3 wounds total.
But still alive. I'll try one more, Benny.
Okay.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, excuse me. I forgot. I didn't press it fast enough. I know this.
Censoring. Oh.
I'm afraid you go down. You're bleeding out. Aki is prone and on the floor and bleeding out. I'm going to press this before he.
Beep, beep.
Beep.
All right. With Aki on the ground, then if I sweep, I'm going to be sweeping over him, right?
I'll
Yeah.
allow it.
Okay.
Sweep the leg.
Yes, I'll allow. You've got Quig, you got Aki targeted there. You got melee 4 and melee 3. There you go. That should have him targeted. Go for it. You hit them both.
I think I'll Benny that. I can do better than a 4.
Yes, you can. Okay.
There. Now, if I can just do that with the damage.
If you can do it for the damage, then yeah, we'll be laughing. Okay. The first one's unharmed. Do you want to do the second one? And then you can decide if you want to re-roll either of them. The second one is wounded. So that's the second one takes a wound, which I do believe means each one is wounded once. So if you want to, you can. If you want to re-roll the first one again, you can do so.
Yeah,
Up to
do
you.
that. Would it just drop it into the damage, or?
Yeah, the easiest way to do it, to be honest, is drop a Benny into chat. Manually make sure the damage dice is, the extra damage dice is not grey and it's turned on. Just click on it to touch it and then roll the damage. It's the easiest way to do it. There are other ways, but I find that's the simplest way. Yep, that's a wound on both of them. The second one is incapacitated by that blow. Down it goes, leaving one standing and looking a little worse for wear. Oh, Waif. I assume you're moving in there. Or you've got incredibly long reach.
No, that was supposed to be the shuriken.
Okay.
Do I need to re-roll it? Because
If you're fighting different.
stats. I've got a +1 on the unarmed that I don't have on the shuriken.
Well, they're still D12s, aren't they? So I'll be generous and say you rolled the same dice. And you technically got a 9, but it's still a hit with a raise. Roll the damage.
Oh, hang on. I had to add a reason. I'll betting that one time.
Okie doke. That's looking better.
Much.
That's right.
That's a nasty little scar, you know.
The second one is incapacitated. Brings us to Merlin.
We took them all out totally quiet.
You did indeed.
See, guys, it can be done.
Yeah, but it took a lot of extra work.
Yeah, but you don't want to draw a lot of attention to yourself. You want to see extra work, see what comes running when gunfire erupts.
I will move over to the door and take a listen.
Okay, make a notice check.
We still in combat?
Technically, yes.
Okay.
Only because certain people have to make a bleeding out roll every 6 seconds.
I'll just lie here and carry on bleeding.
You're doing it quite well too.
you do get to make a vigor roll.
So mean.
No, you do get to make a vigor roll if you want to spend a Benny. You have 2 Bennies left. I think someone could have dealt with right. Yeah. Okay.
How about here? He's got the one that can give other players bennies.
I know. Well, it wasn't so much that; it was just the fact that the dwarf's dead.
I was just a little guy. Damn it! Spent more
I didn't expect that. He's dying a lot now. Maybe I could add a calendar to Discord. Ooh. Oh. I'll have a look at that later. Oh well, that was. Alas, poor Aki. We knew him fairly well. In fact, there's only one way to pay tribute to Aki, isn't there?
Lots of them.
Oh, okay. Well, that's an interesting turn of events.
He's dead.
Combat's over now.
But the thing is, you're going to have to take my body with you, otherwise I'm evidence. Yeah. Or you can blame it all on me.
So the trauma, so like a trauma patch wouldn't do any good.
I mean, I could. What if I was to play Here Comes the Cavalry and someone comes and rescues me?
Have you got Here Comes the Cavalry? Help arrives from the disabled source. Okay. Ooh,
A medic arrives. With
can
paddles.
I have notice checks, please? Merlin got the best. Merlin, as you open the doors, look outside. You don't see anyone, but your eyes do. your eyes do locate a defibrillator unit on the wall.
I will scoop up the AED and
It's-
step back over and say, "Here, will this help?"
Again, you notice it's got that strange four-wand logo in the word "mage check" on it.
Trust me on this one. Try this.
What are you going to do? Who are you giving it to, or are you just going to try it yourself?
Oh no, this is techno stuff. I'm gonna hand it to Waif. She's good with this stuff.
Okay. Okay, you give this box to Waif.
What
Waif.
am I supposed to do with this? Punch it?
Is it electronics?
It's electro. It's a defibrillator. It's basically like a medical defibrillator. So yeah.
I have
Okay.
science.
I grab it. I grab it out of her hands with, yay, corporate training actually being useful for something.
Yes, indeed.
Because I was also going to use my scavenger to pull out a trauma patch.
Ah, well, yeah, fair enough. Like this, fortunately, someone had a card. So, okay, you obviously came to that. You are the help from source. So, yeah, yes, I mean, you might find the trauma patch useful afterwards because that'll help heal him up, won't it? So, yeah.
Well, I have trauma patches. Here, I'm gonna have one of my trauma patches.
I think
It's gone. It's gone quiet again. Do you want to try again?
That didn't work.
It did, but you give him another shot anyway. I'm just having too much fun with the sound effects. You slap. Okay, you slap the breathing mask on him. And you slap the trauma patch on him.
Pull out a big freaking needle meant for sending steroids right to the heart.
Indeed, yeah. Okay, yeah. Trauma patch automatically heals a wound, I believe, doesn't it?
No, it removes the bleeding out.
Oh yeah.
And give a +2 bonus to any more incapacitated rolls for the next
Well, excellent. Yes, the trauma patch. If he hadn't failed his vigor roll, so the trauma patch would have saved him. So yeah, you slap the trauma patch on him. He's got 3 wounds, but you get him back on his feet. Although he does have to keep the ventilator on. I didn't think I'd get to use those. I like that. Just remembered. Hang on, I've got a defibrillator sound effect. Okay. Yep, I will allow that as a good use of Here Comes the Cavalry card. That you guys found a Mage Tech defibrillator kit. It's the only one on the market that brings people back from the dead. And they're very, very, very expensive. I suggest you leave very quickly.
I think we nick it and keep it. Incendiary, stick it in the stash.
Hey, quick!
Probably
can you carry him, or because he's going to slow us down on his feet?
Yeah, I should be able to.
Yeah, no, I can't. Somebody else can probably.
You said these other doors here go directly outside. We don't got to go.
Thanks, guys.
Like these doors here would take us.
Yes, but someone will have to open them. But yes,
I died.
Oh,
My character died, but I played an adventure card that saved me.
What kind of roll do you need to open them? Just
well, they're probably locked. So
Kinky Junker. Who showed my knickers? Where
use Thievery to get them unlocked.
Well, I'll wait until Quig gets over here hauling Aki over his shoulder.
Did I lock? Token shouldn't be locked there. She should be able to move freely. Yep. Okay, so how do I use this thing?
I don't want to go back through the main hallway if we can go directly outside. Quick deal with the door.
Nicking knickers. He's a knicker-knacker. I've been nicking knickers.
Thievery check on it.
Please, yes. Okay, yeah, Quig, you open the doors, letting everyone be able to make an easy escape through the gardens and out of there. So everyone is able to
Escape.
escape from the facility. So I'm just
Excellent.
And we never encountered the employer herself, just the bodyguards, right?
not this evening, no. So you have escaped. Okay, I do believe you were to meet your acquaintance by Club Neon. So find Club Neon. Yeah, you were supposed to meet them in Club Neon. Ruby is probably not dancing tonight. I'm not sure actually. Maybe she is.
Aw.
Okay.
Of course, that just means Quick's focus is undivided then.
Indeed. So I'm just. Oh, my tokens have gone because I rearranged everything, didn't I? Bum. Sorry. Okay. There we go. So that's you guys on the map. Actually, are you going straight to Club Neon, or are you going to try to take Aki to somewhere to a street dock or something first? Thinking about it.
No, we'll just leave him in the back of the van for now. He's okay.
Okay, you'll leave him in the back of the van.
This is probably go find the dock. Yeah.
How's that for outside the club? Do you like it?
I'll put my headphones on.
But anyway, yeah. So you're going to be meeting Mr. Johnson inside the club, I believe. Oh, there we go. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forgot to remove. Queeb, when you get to as you step inside, you find the receptionist appears to be Ruby,
Woohoo!
which is
I'll guard
unusual.
the
That'll
door for
explain
you.
why Quig's gone for the next 5 weeks, right?
That's true. You're inside the club now, aren't you?
Pick up some parts from pipe work as bouncer protecting Ruby from the importunate jerks that come in this place.
Indeed. As Ruby sees you, she looks concerned and basically frantically beckons for you to turn around and leave. Quig goes, something's going down tonight. There's an ambush being set up. The club's basically closed for all intents and purposes.
Are they threatening you?
No, they're waiting for someone to make a drop.
Hey guys, somebody's inside waiting for people to make a drop.
Can't imagine who they're waiting for. I'm a little worried about leaving that key out here alone, though. When if we're gonna know,
Well, that's why I was going to take a position up outside.
Yeah, I hadn't left the van yet until they got in and scoped out whether our contact was here, because we've probably pissed a few people off by now. And leaving him that injured, with no one there to, And
How
after
many
this, maybe,
people are in there?
and after this, maybe he'll start spending more time at the dojo.
So,
Does Ruby know roughly how many people are in there?
She goes, well, as far as I could tell, is there's 2 humans and 6 ogres. All the staff have been, all the staff have been. The owner's basically been paid to let all the staff off tonight. The music's still blaring in there. Whereas I'm supposed to be gone by now. It's just I had a feeling I was worried it might be you guys, so I just thought I'd make sure. It's just leave now. It's safer that way.
I think you should leave now because you will be safer that way. I'm going to have fun tonight.
She smiles sweetly at you and says, "You're a good ogre," and then walks out the place and down the stairs and away.
I yell after her, I'm a troll.
I meant troll. Sorry. I know I called them all. I know I called you all ogres. I meant trolls. Sorry. You know what I
Ogres
meant.
are disgusting.
Indeed. Yes, I did mean trolls. I apologise.
we can't heal. We don't have anyone that can heal Aki then, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the Pow Pow can heal me. Calling Pow Pow.
He heals. He heals 1 whole wound, mate. He could spend a penny on that, can't he? There you go. 2 wounds. I'll give you that. And then he buggers off again,
Yeah, thanks, Pow Pow.
complaining that the rain is spoiling the cut of his suit.
All that blood.
No.
Well, I can help you now if you want. That's
Give him a shot of whiskey to wake up, to take off the shaken effect.
Well, I have another regular stim patch. Will that help, or does that? Because if you use too many of them, it can screw them up.
I think
Not a
the
trauma patch, a regular stim patch.
would help him because that would let him ignore the wound penalty for a bit.
Stim patch, yeah, wound and fatigue modifiers for 5 minutes.
Yep. So if you shove that on him, I can put on ignore wound 1.
Well, I will
Right.
drop the stim patch on. Because I stayed with him, because leaving him here alone without, so.
It's the numb power. Did the numb power make it across? No. What did they call it? They called it relief, didn't they, or something? They renamed numb, didn't they, to relief?
But after 5 minutes, he's going to have to make a vigor roll and take a wound if he fails. So, because he's had 2 patches in less than 24 hours.
He's only, yeah.
No, he hasn't had another previous stim patch. That was a trauma patch.
Trauma patch, yeah.
Okay, well, this gets him on his feet for whatever we got to get through here. And
okay.
after doing that, I'm going to head up to the stairs, see that he's not, like, totally out of the game and run up here.
Waif's a smaller sized woman, right?
Yeah, I'm only like 5'2".
I was gonna say you should probably maybe sneak around and go in through the window in the bathroom.
We're up on a higher level because we have to come up the stairs to
Yeah.
get to the level of the club.
You want me to
and I don't know
go
about
in
it
and
where you
spring
are,
the
but
trap?
where I are, these clubs do not have windows that lead to the outside for common reasons of common decency and all that stuff.
We've been here enough. And it looks like they got it covered up or something. But I figured could maybe get it open.
I can go in and spring the trap and get a feel for how many are really in here, and you guys can
Which reminds
follow in
me.
to clean up what I leave.
Reload if you haven't.
Good call.
I don't need to reload because I didn't manage to shoot one shot that last fight. Got chopped to pieces instead.
I didn't recover my shurikens from the other place, so I'm down some shurikens.
Keith, don't put your hand in the blender again.
I'll try
Indeed.
not to. If there's a banana in there, I'm not gonna. I'll have the banana.
So I'm just making it genre appropriate weather-wise.
You cosplay him, Tyrion.
Yeah, so Waif is going to get in out of the rain and check with Quake about what's going on because we saw Ruby go past.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically,
Boo, 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 boo,
There we
boo.
go.
supposed to be setting up an ambush in here for some people making a delivery. So
Robert
I don't see
Baratheon.
anybody coming yet, so maybe we can get the
No, I don't. He's super fat.
And maybe the ambush
He
is
gets killed by a
us.
wild boar.
The ambush is for us.
Oh, they wouldn't do that to us, would they?
Yes.
Money talks.
What Ruby say? 6 ogres and a couple of humans.
That's what she said.
Robert
Yeah.
How hard
Baratheon.
can that be?
Yeah, we got it handled.
All right.
Get
Since
XP back on his feet, so he should be good.
since I didn't use my scavenger,
Yep.
I
Still
want
got it.
to.
The king's hand. The king's
I don't
hand.
think I need anything more than just a detonator would be enough to destroy the sample.
Guantanamo Bay.
Okay.
You?
Right?
Yep. Should be okay. Yeah. Well,
Alright,
to be honest, you don't even need a detonator. All you need to do is throw them enough against a hard surface. They're in glass vials.
And any exposure to air will destroy him.
So
Don't forget. After 3 hours, there'll be.
You're mean and you smell.
The biological you know what I mean. The biological samples will die after 3 hours without being stored properly.
Yep. A detonator and a dead man switch.
Yeah. Okay. No, sounds good to me.
I think that'll be enough to, because they want that, and well, if they don't play along, that gets destroyed and rerun. Because they can possibly catch it if we throw it, but if we do detonator, it's
Football
gone.
club.
So, all right, I'm ready. I'll head in with the rest. I'll let somebody else take point and talk.
I think Quig's taking point. I'm going to be aiming through his legs.
I'll have the dead man switch. I'll have the dead man switch and wired up and ready to go.
Now, this is the shirt
Okay.
for the Evening Standard. The
It
shit
looks like
shirt.
Queen
that I-
has gone first. Queeg has gone first. So Queeg has entered the room.
He's entered the room? Gone into the room?
He's entered the club.
And Waif
You
is
get-
going to be right behind
You
him.
get the idea. Sorry, I won't keep it going. It's only for feeling.
Waif is going to be right behind him.
Okay.
She's got her pistol drawn this time. She's not.
Have we entered combat?
No. As you enter the club, you look left to right. There seems to be 2 rather large trolls in suits standing at opposite ends of the building. But they don't. They just seem to be standing there watching you, making no move.
Are they trolls or ogres?
They would be trolls, wouldn't they? Because you're a troll. Ogres don't exist, do they? I forgot. I got my genres muddled up.
Oh, okay.
No. No. You know how many football matches I've been to?
Waif's gonna move
Other
this
than
way.
when I
She
was playing
spotted the one off
football
here
at
by
school.
himself, so she's gonna cover him over here. She's just got her pistol.
None. Zero interest.
Okay. So basically, Quig, as you get to there, well, actually, you're not going to really see much until you get to the end of the corridor. But basically, what will happen is when you get to the end of the corridor, you will see the contact you're expecting to meet with, Mr. Johnson, sitting astride from the table. Is the woman who introduced herself as Ms.
Yeah, man.
Johnson when you met her earlier today in her mansion.
Mr. Johnson, who's Mr. Johnson again then?
Mr. Johnson's just the generic name, obviously. He's just your contact, I should say.
He's the guy who gave us the job in the first place, isn't he?
No. Mr. Johnson is the contact who's here to pick up the job because the guy who gave you the job was, I've forgotten his name. What was his name?
The billionaire guy. Yeah.
The billionaire guy, yes.
Letosser.
Wendell Holmes, was it? I've forgotten his name. Encounters, first class. Dirk Jarrod. Mr. Johnson works for Dirk Jarrod. Mr. Johnson is, as you now know, is actually I should change your name because it's too confusing otherwise. Miss Johnson, you now know, according to to what Dirk told you, she's Mrs. Jarrod. So as you all sort of come in, the music is it suddenly cuts out and the pub is silent. Not sure how well this will work, but we'll give it a go.
So, you think you could steal from me?
Helium voice.
Yeah, it doesn't work too well, does it? I'm not going to bother with it.
No, leave it. It's brilliant. Leave it.
You hired us to steal. He hired us to steal it back.
Let's try.
Just business, baby.
Just business? That's a bit better. Just business?
For us, it's
I'll
just
give you
business.
just business. Yes.
Who's that, God?
Just one of the trolls. I'm just having a bit of fun. Sorry. If I could stop laughing, it might work better. Okay, let's lock the tokens. And bodyguard number 2 advances towards Queeg.
I dangle the Deadman switch. Nope.
Well, we'll see what happens. You can certainly do that when it gets to you, but go on then. I will allow. No. Well, actually, then okay. You shout no as you get to there, do you?
Oh,
Let me see what I can do about that. We have to keep a straight face and try this then.
What do you mean, no?
I mean, we made preparations. You guys will play peacefully with us, or nobody gets the prize.
I see. So what you're saying is, you want to die.
Nope.
You get the impression she's not entirely sane.
You have something we want. Sorry, we have something you want. He has, pointing over at Mr. Johnson, money for the job that he pays us for. Between the two of you, we don't care. I didn't think it was a good idea.
Give him the merchandise. Let him pay you.
So here's my proposal. Mr. Johnson, you will pay us.
Mr. Johnson doesn't appear to be moving from the seat where he's sat. But as I say,
Is he dead?
no, he looks fine.
Okay.
Give him the samples. He can pay you.
She says.
What's the once he has that and what goes on between the two of you doesn't concern us. But until that time, and we have left, well, the explosive I've rigged to that sample kind of says, you want to listen to us. Because if it goes off, nobody wins. And then we'll kill a lot of people. We're good at
Wait,
that.
Or
I'm
troll.
confused here. Mrs. Jarrett is the one that hired us to steal the sample in the first place. Is Johnson the one that... He wasn't the one that hired us to steal it back, right? Or was he?
He's the pickup man for it.
He's the
stealing
pickup
back.
man.
Well,
He's the pickup man
for the
for,
rich guy.
for Mr. Jarrett. Yes, you're in the middle of a spousal divorce case, basically.
Yeah. Told you it was a bad
And
idea.
the biological samples are basically what they're fighting over.
The more I'm seeing of this Jared, the more I understand why her ex don't want her bearing his child.
It's a cruel thing to say.
There's a
Well,
reason
you
we
grew up
don't
in
Sometimes
deal.
the truth hurts.
There's a reason we don't deal with divorce. People don't deal with divorce cases. They're always a mess.
Indeed.
Does that mean we don't get to smack 'em, miss?
So, you let Mr. Johnson pass, and we give him the sample, and then the two of you can figure it out between the two of you.
Well, you'll have to give the supplies to Mr. Johnson. I'm afraid he finds his legs don't work anymore.
I look over at Quig.
Quig's smiling. He's happy.
He also has the sample.
I thought I gave it
Was
to
he?
Merlin.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. She's got Johnson in her power. Handing it to him, we might as well just hand it to her.
So,
No. Donahue's technically right. Basically, you were hired to get the stuff and to give it to Mr. Johnson, upon which point you are paid. Therefore, if you hand it over to him, you've done everything you were hired to do. Is Donahue's line of thinking, and I know. Look, technically, that's correct. So.
Yeah, well, Waif is over here and hasn't lowered her gun.
that's perfectly fine.
That's why
Don't
she wants
lower your gun.
Yeah.
Be prepared to kill everybody else in this room.
Yeah.
I am. Which I should remind me, I do have my pistol out as well.
No problem at all. I'm
So-
very much approving of the whole planning ahead here. It's very nice. It's very annoying, but very nice. No, I
So,
can't blame you at all.
Quig, go ahead. Give Mr. Johnson the sample and collect our payment.
You sure you want me to do that?
Do you really want to stay in between the fight of a domestic case? Trust me, it's
No.
bad. And the more money is involved, the more vicious and the more ugly it gets.
Okay. Just for my mind, I thought you're holding the vial with the dead man switch.
No, I'm holding the detonator. You've got the vial. I'm staying back so they can't just grab me and screw this over.
Oh, okay. Then I understand.
Off you go, control.
Yeah.
Be the humans, be at the human spectrum call.
So yeah, you walk over to Mr. Johnson. He's sitting there with a sort of almost Richter's grin on his face. The only thing that seems to be moving is his eyes as they follow you as you walk towards him.
There's something wrong with Mr. Johnson, isn't there? His legs are broken, his disability, unable to walk.
Not
I
my
think you'll
prerogative.
find that the payment chip will be in his breast pocket. If you place the items down and take the payment chip, then everyone can attest you delivered the job and received payment accordingly.
Yeah, I think she needs to die.
Probably.
Well, you guys can do what you want, but I
Okay.
think the minute you hand that over and take that chip, that they're going to open fire on all of us. I don't think
Nope.
they're gonna
Well, no,
Because
because
if
Donahue's
they do
still
that-
got the dead man switch.
Yeah, because if they do
All right,
that,
so
boom goes the sample.
I can put the sample on the table and cover it with my hand, as
Yep.
large as it is, and basically lean on it without crushing it.
Mhm.
And with I will set the broom where I can hopefully easily reach it, and with the other hand reach inside his breast pocket for the chip.
Yep, no problem at all. Again, as I say, his eyes don't seem to follow you. They almost look pleading, but as I say, he's sitting there with this rictus grin on his face and doesn't resist or do anything as you reach inside the breast pocket. You find the payment chip and slowly extract it carefully from the pocket. His eyes, his eyes never stop looking at you as you do that.
So now you have completed your transaction.
Yep. So
So we have our money, they have the vial, and it's time to party, right?
time to leave. They can have their party. So when the red light goes off, the dead man switch will be deactivated. I wouldn't leave, as there is a range limit on this, and it will automatically go off if it leaves that range. So nice doing business with you. Don't call us, we'll call you. Or something along those
Pick
lines.
up my broom and step back.
And
Okay.
we will start retreating.
Okay, your perfectly executed plan has performed almost flawlessly, except for one slight problem. Off you go, Merlin. Type are you going for? Are you going for an agile? Oh,
Yeah, agile.
an agile. Okay, well, I thought it was a very good plan, and I was quite prepared to let it go without any hitches at all. But someone else decided to, and up to Smart's range, unless you paid extra, didn't you? So
Yeah, I doubled it. I'm gonna put where that small verse template is.
okie dokie. As soon as I
What are they doing?
find me a nice token, I shall spawn it in there for you. And obviously, that's the character sheet for you.
We're gonna play.
Well, I was prepared to let you all go, but basically summoning a hostile, a fire elemental in the middle of that may cause some panic and confusion. So at this point, as this fire elemental appears, bodyguard number 2 shrieks out in shock and surprise, and before really registering it's a fire elemental, takes a swing at it, hitting it. That doesn't seem likely. That doesn't seem likely, does it? -4, this is mundane ranged attacks. That's bullets, explosions, astral perception, damage field. Okay. Spending with bennies on this. Fiery touch. -4 damage for by source and +4 to hit. +2 damage affected in. Immune to cold shots, doesn't really. Sorry, I'm not sure how punching a fire elemental can incapacitate it, but anyway. You know what? I wonder if that'll work. It didn't, but anyway, maybe it's 2. Maybe we can make it 2. Anyway, I'm not going to worry too much about that. It appears that he smacks at it, and Mr. Johnson just basically sits there looking all rictusy. Bodyguard number 6 hears some yelp of shock and pain and advances here, blocking the corridor as Donahue attempts to retreat. Bodyguard number 5 turns round and takes a swing at Waif. Missing. Bodyguard number 4 strides forward to the middle of the table and starts pulling at the device. Bodyguard number 3 strides forwards and basically has a punch on Queeg, hitting.
Did you eat?
Shaking
Sam.
Queeg. Ms. Jared is very angry. And basically steps up, moves over to a position. She gets a good line of sight on Mr. Donahue and starts muttering something under her breath. Doesn't get a raise, so it's a vigor roll at -2, please, Mr. Donahue, or be stunned. So you are not stunned, so you're fine. I forgot to notice how many power points. So I just stored 2 power points. That's the 2 power points. And that brings I over to you, Mr. Donahue, sir.
Okay, so
It was all going well, and then someone summoned a fire elemental.
yes. Can I tell it was Merlin?
You have seen him do it before.
I have seen it do it before, but it's not,
Yeah.
not something that's only he can do. And I know
Exactly,
she's a
yeah.
spellcaster.
Well, you got the impression that she hit you. She just hit you with something, but that basically tried to completely freeze you in place so you couldn't move, including releasing dead man switches. But you basically either it was probably because she was surprised and shocked that you were going back on your word. She obviously miscast it or something because it didn't seem to affect you. I mean, you look. I mean, there's a troll. There's a troll between you and Merlin. But I mean, does Merlin have a look of triumph on his face at the moment?
No. Merlin just sees that he needs to start killing things.
Yeah. So it's up to you. It's really down to you whether you think it's the type of thing Merlin would do or not at this particular juncture in time where you'd executed perfectly a good plan. I think, Donahue. So you open fire. I think that's a much more sensible reaction. For the record, you could have all walked out with Donahue's plan, but anyway. Yeah, you hit the bodyguard. Roll that damage. He's advancing towards you, and you just whip up your pistol, take aim, and fire. And the bodyguard barely ducks in time, and he's definitely a little perturbed at the speed and accuracy of your shot. I hit Queeg. I did. I thought I just shook him, which I did. So I'm not sure why it's showing another.
Yeah, okay. I was going to ask about that.
You want to bend me the damage? Did you say, Donahue?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, your easiest thing to do there is probably just manually drag the damage die up, because I've obviously I can do that like that. We'll take whoever's better because I'm feeling generous. So if you we can take your 3, you can take my 10. I think you'll take me 10. So 18 points of damage puts him down. So you literally just you take aim with your pistol, a quick shot, and the guy basically drops like a stone onto the floor, bleeding out. Queeg, you play. I really hate these guys. You did recover. You didn't recover your shaken. So regardless of what this roll is, you're still shaken at the moment. You can spend a penny to unshake if you want to,
Why
but
does it say it's removed?
because I moved the combat tracker back up and it came back down again.
Oh.
And it got you a
yeah,
second roll.
I'll use my Benny for that then.
Okay, at the beginning of combat, choose one specific and identical type of extra. So that's going to be the trolls. So you're going to get plus 1d6 damage at them. I think that works. I can't remember how you do it. I'll have to look it up in Deadlands. It's not a problem. Thinking about it, I'll remember how to do it later. Okay, so you really hate the trolls, and you're going to get an extra 1d6 against them, and you spent a penny to unshake. Interesting. Not sure what happened there, but anyway.
Are the 3 still within range?
If you want to sweep, you will sweep all 3 from that, and not sweep the fire elemental. Yeah.
Yeah, or Mr. Johnson.
Or Mr. Johnson. Yeah.
That works.
And that one. Go for it. Get your sweep going, sir. I can't remember the effect for extra damage. There is one, but I can't remember. Okay, you hit all 3 of them. Roll that damage. Okay, so that's
Did that include the extra die 6?
I'm just gonna what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna roll an extra damage dice at the end of it. So that's 21 damage on the first one. Roll your second one. Tell you what, for the other 2, turn on your extra damage dice. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll do it myself.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, for the last one, just turn on the extra damage dice. That was the only reason I said just in case you got the raise. So your second one you hit for 16 points of damage. For the last one, just manually turn on the extra damage dice and make that roll, because that will do the same thing as what I was just doing. And for the third one, you're going to shake him, and you can't re-roll. So you you incapacitate one. You incapacitate the second one, and you shake the third one. Okay, that brings us to this bodyguard here, who
Sure he wants
is
to get
it?
involved with this?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just having I want to recheck that he's damage at the end of their turn. So, well, actually, in fact, the bodyguard should have. Okay, so this bodyguard is basically he's going to literally step away from. He's going to step away from the fire elemental because it hasn't engaged him yet. He's going to come down to here. So where is he? He's there. So he's going to literally come through there to about there, standing in front of Miss Johnson. And he is going to open fire the rapidly retreating people. So I'm going to have I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. He's just going to open fire with his submachine gun on full auto. Probably missing all 3 of you at that range, but no, he hits Donahue and he hits Merlin. I'm surprised. Mrs. Aki. Donahue, obviously,
Why didn't he hit me? There's something wrong.
Yep.
I'm for taking too many hits today.
Did I rolled the wrong thing now. I do not know what happened there. Okay, so basically he opens fire, bullets spray all over the place, and due to the range and the rapid fire and the absolute chaos, the bullets land very close to Donahue and Merlin, but no one is actually hit. Brings us to Wave.
reach across the bar to strike at me, but I've still got.
I'm going to
space
now
between us.
get my automatic rifle with a silencer on it.
Yeah, yeah,
and
you
shoot
do.
her
Yeah, he's just got long
when my
arms.
turn comes up, which is soon.
I've
Yeah,
had my
he's got
pistol on.
reach.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not missing.
Well, you are at the moment, but I know what you mean.
No, I'm not. Yeah, it could be
That's
better.
it.
Oh well, this sucks.
You like rolling threes today?
Yeah, this ain't my day, and then I'm gonna head this way. Get out of his
1
reach.
point. 1 point from shaking him, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I'm gonna
He
head
will-
this. Get out of his reach.
Okay.
That's my next move.
Okay, that brings us to Aki.
Well, I'm going to shoot her.
Right, what's Wave done to you? Tish. Okay, looks like you've fired a few times there.
3 hits, isn't it? Right, okay.
Okay. Well, she's got toughness. It says she's got toughness 1, which is absolute rubbish. So I'm going to have to change that. So, okay. The first one shakes her. The second one,
Did it do the raise on that for one of them? It did. Oh, it did, yeah.
it did, yeah. The second one is going to wound her, so I'm going to soak that, which is fine, and that removes the shaking as well. And the third one shakes her. Hang on, something's very wrong with her, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
I just shot her, that's why.
No, I'm looking at her stats. She should not have toughness 5.
Well, we can get it. She already paid us.
Yes, she has already paid you, and you have got paid. You've technically done the job for the other one as well, haven't you? That brings us to Merlin.
Okay, Merlin is going to bolt Mrs. Jared.
Okay.
I am going to up the damage, fatigue, hinder.
He's going to beat
You know
her
what? Let's
up.
go ahead and do lingering damage as well, just because.
Evil people.
Oh yes. Oh, and I do have to do. I have to step forward a little bit so that she's in range.
Yeah. If anyone can work out why I'm streaming in 720, not 1080, please let me know. I hate computers sometimes, and I work with them. It's so frustrating. Okay, you hit. So you hit her with a fatigue-causing, hindering, lingering damage bolt. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, so that's instantly the fatigue takes effect immediately. Okay, did you up the damage as well?
I did.
So she's going to have lingering damage of 3d4 next round. Doing 4 wounds. You don't think I don't think you needed the lingering damage, did you?
Scooby-Doo.
It seems whenever I cast with lingering damage, I actually roll good damage. So
It does indeed.
there's a weird symmetry going on there.
I really miss Unstoppable. I really miss Unstoppable right now. She takes 3 wounds after spending all my bennies.
It's just expending power points for good damage. That's all it is.
Indeed, it is. Yeah.
And
Close
then
enough.
I will continue over and kind of take cover between the table and the balustrade.
You do.
And that will be my turn.
Round. Okay, I'm afraid unfortunately for you guys, especially because it means Mrs. Jared, who I just got 2 bennies back. Because all my bad guys got bennies. Well, not both my bad guys got jokers, which means Mrs. Jared's got 2 bennies straight off the bat. Okay, bodyguard number 5. He can see 3 targets, so he's going to take advantage of that. Missing all for us to spec. No, he hits. Hit because I forgot these guys have got rock and roll. Okay, so that is a wound on Mr. Donahue. Aki's subdermal armor protects him, and looks like Waif could be in trouble. And Waif takes a nasty shot. Mr. Donahue dives down just as the last second, obviously just dives over behind those screens temporarily and avoids the bullets. Aki just stands there and absorbs them, and Waif has got a choice of spending her last penny or taking 2 wounds.
Oh, I'll spend my last penny. Where the hell am I on the tracker?
You're way down on the 7 of clubs.
Yeah, that ain't gonna help.
It isn't really, so I'm afraid Waif basically spins around as basically, and as blood starts to course out of her side as she takes a wound, and the bodyguard that was waiting outside advances into the room, punching at Aki as he goes. Hitting. Oh, TPK time. Okay. Bodyguard number 3 is remaining shaken. Miss Jared is she's remaining shaken, so I'm going to spend one of her bennies to unshake, and then what am she going to do? She is going to basically get very annoyed. You did go and hide, didn't you? So I can't get my back on you. She's actually going to be rather sensible about this and basically bug out herself. This bodyguard's going to come in and have a go at Queeg.
Did she grab the sample?
Not at this time, no.
Okay.
Mr. Donahue, sir.
Why did the lingering damage expire on her?
Because I didn't notice the lingering damage had expired and therefore didn't actually make the roll like I was supposed to. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, well, I'm going to retcon all of that. She basically collapses where she was. So I take that back. She was reaching. Okay, I'm going to have to retcon the whole thing because I forgot about the lingering damage. Thank you for reminding me. In fact, I think I diddled you there, so let's give you bennies because I nearly diddled you out of her victory. So she reaches for the samples and then slumps onto the floor in that as basically the lingering damage hits. Mr. Donahue.
Can I tell that? I'm not sure on my line of sight.
Merlin can see that she's gone down, I would say, from where he is.
Merlin.
It depends if he's announcing that the fact that he's taken her out single-handedly or not to anyone else.
I would probably do something like, "Ha! Take that, you wench!"
There you go, then.
What happened?
She's down.
All right, boys. You need to make a decision. Is your boss more important than your pride?
How persuasive can you be? See how persuasive you are, Mr. Donahue.
And I'm looking to see if there's anything that would. These guys aren't criminal or shady, right? Oh no, wait. They probably are.
Yeah, it's not me. I'm a
They're
dwarf.
shady.
Oh, that's for networking. Never mind.
Jiminy.
Then so are you.
Aki.
I'm ignoring the roll, don't worry. The mistress is. Yeah.
I'm gonna Benny that, but that's why that did it. All right.
The mistress is down. Save the mistress.
Yeah, he needed 4. They're not that smart. Aki, you recover from being shaken. Bodyguard number 7 appears to basically. Oh, actually, you don't recover from being shaken because I forgot about your wounds and everything else. Bodyguard number 7 stops appearing to be taking a hostile act towards you.
Hang on, I'm going to spend my Benny on getting rid of that shaken.
He almost seems to be indicating to leave. He's sort of just with a move of his head, he's sort of trying to tell you to get out of here. You spend a Benny to recover anyway.
Yeah, then I'm going to walk out, yeah. I'm heading back to the van. With my gun, obviously, still...
That'll get you to about there, won't it?
Yeah.
The other security guard doesn't seem to do anything either. That brings us to Queeg.
Time to go, Quig. Quit playing with them.
These 2 ogres also appear to basically be sort of back down from you, as it were. They're not. You know what I mean. From their body language, you can tell that if you wish to leave, they will not attack you.
I'm thinking.
Does it hurt? Hurts me when I think.
I just followed through in my underpants.
Regan strides on his long legs purposefully towards the door. Merlin.
Does it look like Mr. Johnson is able to move again now that the person with the spell has dropped?
Mr. Johnson still appears to be sitting in his seat.
Okay. In which case, I am going to go down and see if I can talk to Mr. Johnson. No running or rush or anything. Just I'm walking that direction.
Okay. Waif, you definitely recover from being shaken. The crease from where the bullet narrowly, obviously caused a lot of pain, but obviously didn't do any permanent damage. The troll that shot you almost looks apologetic now.
Well, what are we doing with the, the sperm? Gonna detonate it or let him have it?
No, Johnson is who paid us to deliver it. We're going to deliver it and get the hell out of here.
We did deliver it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did deliver it.
Deliver it.
But we still got a dead man switch on it, so.
Oh,
Yep.
we deactivate the switch. The person we were threatening is already down.
I'll deactivate
Okay.
the switch
Theoretically,
when we are away.
Lyle and Mr. Johnson and walk
Okay, so
out.
they're not attacking. Let's get out of here then, shall we?
Look, quit being greedy. We've gotten paid twice.
Yeah, and if this guard is going to let me pass, I'm out of here. I'm already.
Yeah, he will let you pass. Yep.
I'm already injured, so I'm not playing around here anymore.
You get to there.
Yep.
Well, actually, I can get over.
Me and Waif can both hold each other up as we escape.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bodyguard number 6 actually
You
steps out of
actually
the way
more
to let
time
you
at the
pass.
dojo.
Yeah, I think you need more time at the dojo, no? Or with a subdermal plating like me.
Where's bodyguard number 6?
Mr. Johnson starts basically recovering. You see him sort of shaking and looking around slightly. He sees the delivery in front of him, picks it up, and starts making his way very slowly, and ends up walking towards you. At which point, I'm going to end the combat rounds because we don't need them anymore. These two security guards rush over towards the mistress.
Mistress, speak to us, what do we do, mistress?
But otherwise, the security guards are out the way. Mr. Johnson will...
remember to grab his sample?
Mr. Johnson's carrying the sample. He basically he nods to you, Merlin, as he walks past you. Gets to there. From your perspective, Dorothy, Mr. Johnson's walking towards you, holding the samples.
Next time, have better security.
Says, I was under the impression these were my bodyguards. He says, and nods to you as he says, I suggest we all leave, at which point, unless anyone has any actions they wish to continue, I suggest
Get
you
and Wafer out of here to go find a handy street dock since our
I'm
old
waiting on
guy who-
Merlin.
We're heavily wounded. We
A
need
little bit
assistance.
longer on
Yeah.
Merlin. If he doesn't start getting his ass out, I'm leaving him behind.
Yeah, Merlin will go. If Mr. Johnson's able to move again, I will get up and go.
Okay. One day I'll put the lines on this one. It's a nice map. Okay, well, congratulations. You have successfully managed to get yourselves paid twice for the same job. I think that
I look over at
deserves...
Mr. Johnson is like, I turn around,
Yes.
punch in the code to turn off the dead man switch.
Okay.
If you want this, I'll pay you. You can pay me for it.
And Mr. Johnson's already probably walked out of range of the dead man switch anyway, but yeah, I get it. I like that. I'm gonna have to give you a benefit for that. Oh, I just caused a console error there, didn't I? Interesting. I don't know what I did. But anyway. You find a street dog and you patch yourselves up. And you've got an advance because I'm very impressed by the ingenuity of stealing the same item twice in a row. So you steal it from the person who then asks you to steal it back. Real question is, will you steal it back again? Oh, we did enough money.
Knowing that it's in a domestic dispute, no. I am greedy, but I am not that stupid to get involved in that again. But I do have an idea on what I want to do next.
Oh, what do you want to do next?
Well, I want to buy a share, part ownership in Club Neon since we keep coming here so often. I can have access to the security systems and stuff.
That's not a bad idea.
Okay, guys, I picked up an edge. So long as you are within 16 inches of me, all hostile powers targeting you suffer a -2.
Wow.
Oh,
Just
so
to
I'm going
keep
to be your
things
personal
interesting.
bodyguard now.
Wow, that's impressive. Oh, I've seen a typo though.
Oh, I'm a veteran. Oh.
I've seen a typo. Dispel. That was just
You can
marked
increase
up
the
make
skill.
it italics, but of course that doesn't work.
Or I can increase 2 skills that are lower than a link's attribute.
That's quite nice. You'll have definitely. Okay, let's just for effect. Let's put Merlin on the map.
Maybe that already because episode 66.
So pretty much on your average map, pretty much anywhere on the map, Merlin. Look at that.
Pretty much.
It's quite a scarily good power. Well, I need to make sure. I think I've got some more nightclub maps now, so I can. You don't have to keep going to Club Neon. Okay. Well, maybe it is the only nightclub I've got loaded up. Excuse me. Annoying tickly cough today. No, it's not COVID. Has everyone else worked out what they're doing for their upgrades?
No, I haven't.
Do you not have it planned out on your advanced tab?
Strangely enough, no. You know, I'm new to this game. I'm still figuring it out.
But you're the one who told me about the advanced tab.
What, the
You complained
extension?
it wasn't there.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know. But, well, that's not my fault. Just because I know it's there doesn't mean I know how to use it.
Yeah, Waif just picked up Fleet Freerunner.
Okay, everyone's getting fast. Well, some people are still planning on their next upgrades then. We shall continue. But obviously, you're back to good old 64th Street Ramen. Actually, only missing 5 weeks means you only missed two sessions. Thinking about it, Quiggs. It's not the end of the world, actually. Fortunately.
Yep. You put me in my seat. Thank you very much.
As you say, we'll just have you guarding here. So,
working part-time as bouncer at the club so you can stay close to Ruby.
Yeah, obviously that might be where he is for the next couple of weeks, especially if Mr. Donahue's planning on buying shares in Club Neon. Sorry, buying out Club Neon. That could become your new base, you know. But so it's been a quiet couple of weeks since the last job. Obviously, it's taking you a bit longer than usual to pay off your to sort of spend most of your extra income you got from the last 2 jobs. As you can imagine, your street credibility has gone up even more. In the meantime, the news still seems to be every so often going on about sort of more police being sent all over the city in wild goose chases to find the missing Arasaki grandson, CEO's grandson. But the story's getting less and less traction as it's getting older and older now. But there are some people that still follow it with interest. But things seem quite quiet at the moment. Business is quiet. Things seem to be quietening down. Corporate wars seem to have been dying down lately. There doesn't seem to be so much corporate espionage here and there. But you know,
yeah. I will end up investing in Club Neon, taking the filthy rich edge.
Yep, certainly. You basically are now the owner of Club Neon, probably through a number of transferable and deniable and untraceable holding companies. But yeah,
and
you definitely, yeah. Sorry, you're probably in this profit sharing of it anyway.
And then I'll end up also.
I increased my fighting and my notice. There you go.
Oh, so you finally take Waif up on her suggestion and spend some time.
I went to the gym, yeah, and while I was at the gym, I also become more aware of my surroundings thanks to meditation. Yeah.
Very good. Well, there we go. No, that makes perfect sense. That's a good one.
And Master Zhang gives you a discount because you're a friend of mine.
Oh, thanks very much.
So that just leaves. What's Queeg thinking of taking?
I'm not sure yet.
That's absolutely fine.
I'm wondering if I should get rid of the thin skin hindrance,
Hindrance.
just because I am learning to cope better with my friends.
You know, that does make sense. I would say that's a good. That's a good. Yeah, I'd allow that.
All right.
I need to remove the Nerves of Steel edge I put on Aki because he isn't getting the effects of that card the stim patch anymore. Yeah, so certainly take away the thin-skinned hindrance as you advance, because as you say, you've spent enough time with other people to get used to them. So yeah. Well, there we go. Obviously, having basically you. First thing that happens like at the beginning of the week is you'll get and all of you get VIP passes to Club Neon, which basically means that you can access it on the exclusive VIP nights and also have access to pre-book the dance the dance areas, as it were.
Well, and then that, it just extends Quig's, because Quig is already here protecting Mr. Nakasuni, but if we realize that Donahue is the investor here and that we're now have a connection to the club, he'll extend out that protection, I'm sure, especially because Ruby's there.
Well, exactly, yes. It sounds like a very reasonable and heroic thing for a nice young troll like Quig to do, isn't it? Make sure that Ruby stays safe.
You had you said we had like a week of downtime?
A couple of weeks downtime since the last adventure, so you definitely got time to all heal up and everything, as it were.
Okay, good. I can upgrade my deck then.
You certainly can. You're going to have to go through and start. That's a nice one.
Hello, Mew Mew.
Did we get another logistic point with that advance?
Yes, you do.
Two
Should be
logistic
two since
points
we hit
with that
veteran,
advance. Yeah.
or if you hit veteran.
If that was your 8th advance, so you've hit veteran, then you actually got 2.
Okay,
If
and I don't know, they changed the character sheet. My little list of where I had committed LP has kind of disappeared.
Yes, the currency changed. It's still showing there. LP committed 3.5 unless you've retyped it.
Yeah, but no, there should be more than that, and it's not letting me go past the first line.
It's got yeah, it's because he updated the character sheets
So
to give us 6 points of currency. That's well, don't forget you guys did find that out the hard way, because I don't know how many gold pieces or gold pieces some of you lost there on your character sheets.
Quite a few.
Probably. I suppose what I could do, in theory, I could go back through the whole adventure, work out what you've got there, but then you've bought stuff, so I'll just possibly be nice and give you some extra.
We're all loaded, I think, aren't we?
So,
No, in Pathfinder, I just depending on what money they got first. Some of the characters, every time they were getting gold pieces, they weren't actually getting them because they were the 4th currency on their character sheet. So
most
it
of
was
what
basically
Wave takes as far as credits go, she hands over to Master Zhang, because they raised her for 18 years and put out quite a lot of money trying to track down her parents if it could be done.
Yeah. So as I say, what I'm trying to say is it's really down to you. Let's say you either wait for someone to find a job, or if there's any particular investments or anything you want to do, that's fine. Or if you just want to put the word out, you're looking for a job, we'll see what comes your way. What I'm trying to say is if there's any particular side projects you want to do, now's the perfect time to do them. Otherwise, I'll have to find you another job.
I'm
I
willing
was
Try
to
to give
look
you
in-
some sandbox
I
options.
was going to spend some logistic points during downtime to
Mhm.
ask Donahue about, while Master Zhang had expended all his resources to the max that he could, if there was any way that he could possibly find to help me track down who my parents, if they're alive, who they were.
Oh, yes, that's a good point. I do have to come up with an idea for that one, but yes, certainly. Yeah, Mr. Donahue can most certainly, I'm sure, if he's willing to help you there, invest some time and energy into that.
So I told him I'd pay him what, 1 logistic point so he can augment whatever.
They're all
he
hiding,
needs
Mew Mew.
to help with that.
Well, I mean, you get them back, as it were, but yeah, I know what you mean. You can obviously lend him equipment if he needs it to help, but yes, certainly. Right. That's a good point. I'd forgotten about your background. I did mean to do something about that.
That's okay. It's not urgent this week.
I'll be spending time
No,
doing
no, no.
research, so sure.
Oh.
Because I'm going to be looking in on doing my one thing of being vengeful.
And you've still got your Guardian robot. I'd forgotten you'd
Implant
that.
points looks a bit funky on the cyberware tab. I is missing and the S is missing.
I think it's. Is that you got? That's probably the font.
Oh, maybe.
Right.
What one are you looking for? What one are you looking at?
Cyberware implant points on my screen. You can't see the I of implants or the S of implants or S of points.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about now.
Yes. Oh, it's probably because the fonts. Basically, because I've changed what I've done in an attempt to make the text more readable. I've changed the font that Unity is using, and obviously this new font's bigger, which is why I picked it. But therefore, the column widths aren't exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get
So
it.
it's a quirk of using the font, but now I know that the reason my text is funky is not the font; it's because my bloody stream is. I'm streaming at 720p instead of 1080p. That's why the text is
using
unreasonable.
that silly Streamlabs OBS instead of just OBS.
I also just realised I'm wearing a very stripy t-shirt today, which is causing some really interesting effects on the camera.
Groovy.
Groovy.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Or as we like to say in Troll.
What is that?
So,
Just a filter you've got a button for or what?
yeah, I've got a button for it. It's voice mod. I basically turn on. I've just got a button on my Stream Deck, so when I hold it down, it plays the effect. So it makes it easy because then I actually constantly have to press it to actually hear it. But in the meantime, that does remind me. Mr. Donahue's doing some research. I've got a sound effect for the net. Are you ready? Cool.
Yeah.
So anyway, Mr. Donahue.
The music from A Beautiful Mind starts playing. Yeah.
So Mr. Donahue is going through the net. Oh, there you go. Look at that. You get basically one of your numerous sort of expendable mailboxes gets a ping. Non-traceable ones. There appears to be a link in there, a web link.
Toss it on a burner deck phone kind of thing.
Yep.
See what it is.
Basically, as you activate it. It seems to take you to a website, and there doesn't appear to be anything there. It just appears to be a server. There doesn't appear to be it doesn't seem to have any links going out to anywhere else. It just seems to be an individual node sitting on a server. And the most disturbing thing about it is when you're looking, it takes you a couple of minutes for you to searching through the visible generation code when you've noticed that there's a obscure. I can't say it now. Obscure. Yeah, I can't do it now. Yeah, obfuscated script. Still can't pronounce it. So stupid. I use the word all the time, and today I just can't say it. And basically, you suddenly realise that it's using an encryption code that you've used before, and therefore you realise you can decrypt it quite easily.
Okay.
But other people wouldn't. Other people would probably have to spend a fair bit of time on it. But it's just one of the first scripts decrypt
One of mine.
scripts
Okay.
you try. Yeah, it's exactly one of yours. And basically, as you open that up, that appears to be a doorway that basically only you could have opened. And you find yourself floating in a virtual environment with just lines of data whizzing past in proper 1980s Tron style. And there appears to be an avatar floating in the room with you. Doesn't
Okay.
seem to have reacted to your entry yet.
I'll study it, look around, start preparing defenses.
I wouldn't worry. I mean you no harm. Yet.
All right.
You've been very busy, haven't you? Covering tracks, keeping things quiet,
Feedback.
hiding where you've been.
Sorry.
Feedback
Didn't
from
catch
the
that one.
gallery. You sound just
Yeah.
like a Cylon.
That last little bit didn't come through clear.
Trying to hide where you've been.
That's just standard.
Indeed. Shame you weren't completely thorough.
What was the last word?
Alright.
You left a trail. Well, at least one I could follow.
You receive another message in your inbox.
Okay.
It appears to be a DNA sample.
Okay. I'm assuming a record of
In fact-
a DNA.
Yeah, a recorded DNA sample. In fact, actually, when you analyze it further, it appears to be more than one DNA sample.
A what?
More than one DNA sample seems to be attached. They appear also, well, for handy identification purposes, someone has gone to the trouble of actually highlighting the individual samples and placing names next to each one of them. The first sample is basically labeled Donahue. The next sample is labeled Aki. The next sample is labeled Waif. And the fourth sample is just labeled Mr. Arasaki. You recognize it as the grandson who you left somewhere.
As you can see, I know what happened to Mr. Big. You will pay me quite a lot of money to keep this quiet, won't you?
No.
Well, unless you jacked in, you can't answer that one. This is obviously Mr. Donahue himself.
Of course, I have got multiple copies stored in numerous places, and at any time I can release them. Maybe the police, but I think it might be more fun to send it to
the CEO of Arasaki Megacorp, don't you think?
Oh god, that one's going to come and bite us on the arse now.
Blackmail.
We killed the son of the CEO of
That's,
Arasaki Corp. Yeah.
Not the most lucrative of businesses.
I'm still learning.
It's
But
a
it is
bad
fun.
business to get into.
You humans are also strange. It's such a weird experience. I'll be in touch.
I'd suggest doing a bit of research on how blackmail ends. It tends to go badly.
I'd need to have a body for that to go badly, wouldn't I?
No. No, you don't.
I could see that you're not
I'm willing to work with you.
you're not receiving this too well. I think maybe we need to set an example. I think if you watch the news in the next hour or so, you might think some are interesting. I suggest you try Channel 27. Good day. The line goes dead.
I send an alert to everybody else that we got a problem. And I got what? Streetwise? Investigating. Blah, blah, blah. See if I can find out what is supposed to be going on with Channel 27.
Certainly. At the same time, what you find is that basically the website seems to be being sort of deleted, as it were, obviously taken down. It was obviously served its purpose. I'll make a hacking roll.
Well, Benny that.
As I say, the website going down very fast as you're sort of basically looking through the the log files and everything else. You do come across some identifiers that seem to basically seem to be coded with obviously whatever the website was put up with. It does seem to leave some trace identifiers left. The most intriguing thing about it is it would appear that the website was created and the ID, the user ID for the website was a MrBig.exe. That's all you get. In the meantime, however, it appears that Channel 27 had got a tip off, and they're basically setting up outside an apartment block because apparently there's some indication that some information has been recovered by the police that seems to indicate that the individual, someone living in this apartment block, has information leading to the whereabouts of the missing grandson.
Oh, the grandson.
As they cut live, what you see is basically the big city police are all cordoning off the area and moving everyone back, and that they've got a SWAT team ready to go. And then as the camera picks it up, what appears to be happening is that just at the second where the SWAT team's about to go in, they suddenly seem to be taking off their armor and packing up, and they get back into their vehicle and drive off, leaving the police and the press looking very confused until a few seconds later when some completely black combat assault aircraft, hovercraft, land right in front of the building, and incredibly armored, in incredibly impressive equipment. Groups of military grade equipment soldiers step out of the building, out of the aircraft, each one of them having the Arasaki logo emblazoned on their pauldrons on their shoulders, and they stomp into the building. And there's then basically gunfire starts being emitted from the building, and it seems to be going floor by floor. It looks like they're literally just kicking down every door and opening fire without any care or worry or for any for any well-being or anything like that. And ultimately, after about 5 minutes, they come out dragging someone between them, and looks in a very bad way. But they haul the elf into the back of the vehicle, and off it goes.
Do I recognize the elf?
I don't think you would, but some of the others may do, as you see Twixie being carried off by the Arasaki guys.
Wait, Twixie, wasn't he one of ours?
He was your hacker who vanished one day.
Well, we need to go get him before they get him to the Arasaki people.
Well, the odds are as I say, and then what comes across the channel 27 is these were the events that took place earlier today that we weren't. Arasaki put a block order on that we couldn't report until this time, by which case the information would be done. We go live now to Arasaki, where judgment has taken place in their corporate headquarters on the crimes against corporate law, and basically it just cuts. Basically, the camera cuts, and what you find is you find themselves in an Arasaki compound, and you notice Twixie seems to be standing there with a couple of other individuals you don't recognize against the wall. There's a disturbing number of bullet holes in the wall behind them. And then all you hear is aim, fire, and then the screen goes black. A message pops up on your screen, Mr. Donahue, and says, 1 down, 7 to go.
Okay. I look at the rest of the party and it's like,
Okay. Things
so
are going to get interesting now, are they?
not sure who that is, but we got a
Yeah,
dead
things are
man.
going to get
as
real
the threat.
interesting.
He's a dead man that can identify most of us. He was one of our team and just kind of disappeared because...
No, I'm talking about the return of Mr. Big EXE. Who is wanting to blackmail us for quite a lot of money, and threatening to reveal that they collected genetic samples from where Mr. Big died. And who else was there? Which is of great interest to certain people in the city who we don't want to find out.
Okay. Time to reload.
So, pardon me. I'm just looking for something here.
Going over that file, does it seem to be real or fake?
What file? Sorry.
The file with the genetic samples.
Well, you could probably yes. Does it appear to be real or fake? That's a very good question. As far as you can tell, it looks quite legitimate.
Okay.
So I'm just having a. As I say, it seems quite legit and perfectly. The appears that it was.
No, that's no good. Don't want that one.
What it appears is basically speaking is what they've done is they've matched up. Well, it just appears to have taken place at a nearby medical lab, as far as you can tell. They appears to have just been provided some DNA samples and some other DNA samples, and they're just testing that each, like they're matching the DNA samples together, if that makes sense. So someone's obviously got. So what's happened there is it looks. What the report shows is basically that the 4 DNA samples they received matched the 4 DNA samples that were provided to them to compare to. Doesn't look like they know whose samples were what, if that makes sense. Just that they appear to be matching, and then someone else seems to have revealed to you who each of the samples were. But maybe. As I say, there may be some more information inside the medical lab. I suspect of possibly where it came from. But as I say, as far as you can tell, it looks unfortunately rather depressingly accurate.
So they have not provided. All they have provided is these DNA samples match these DNA samples,
Yes.
but no evidence of these samples were found, about the information behind where the samples were found.
No, it looks like whoever sent them to check whether the samples matched didn't provide that information. Obviously, they kept that for themselves. So the medical lab doesn't know what they were checking. However, of course, I suppose there could be a problem in the fact sooner or later someone at the med lab may pick up on the fact that one of the samples they were given to check against is of high interest to certain well-paying corporations. So there might be a case for. So it might be prudent to
Go to the medical lab
possibly
and deal with it.
tidy
Okay.
up.
I'll look at the others and it's like, well, right now the only lead we got is that medical lab.
Silence is deafening.
Yeah.
I think they've all nodded off, or I've scared them into inactivity.
No, I was just looking at what weapons to get so I can start killing stuff.
Yeah, I was adjusting.
And I've
my
also got a
stat,
head for the
No,
hills any minute.
That's okay.
especially since I want to commit. I'm trying to decide if I want to commit 2 or 3 of my logistic points to setting up basically a fail-safe around my residence. Both magical and mundane, that if somebody comes in, I can just flip a switch or whatever and have the entire place blow up. I do not want to be captured by these guys. I would rather die first.
Okie dokie. You have to find me a good map for your residence then.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find one to create, either maker or find. So
Oh, cool!
I'm
Love it.
working
No,
on that.
that's absolutely cool. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I might do that as well. Good idea.
I'm going to spend my time trying to make sure that a Master Zhang is and Madam Zhang are protected. That would where be I'd put my effort. But also, Master Zhang has connections with the Chinese corporation.
Yep.
So he may be able to provide, and I will take the story to him and
Ba-ba-dee-da,
see if
ba-doo,
that
da-ba-dee,
his
da-da-dee,
connections are going to
da-ba-dee.
be able to help us going forward. I mean, maybe they can get in there and undo this.
Ba-da-ba,
They have more resources than
ba-da-ba,
we do.
ba-da-ba.
Okay.
I'm
I'll
not
stock
sure.
her.
That was somebody else.
Time for me to go. Boom, 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 boom. I gotta
Sorry,
go
I am
now.
just
Bye bye.
the fun and games of GMing on the